What's happening, YouTube? As you can see, we got two 98 XCR 440s in the garage right now, and I've been working on the old race sled. Now, if you guys haven't been watching all my videos, that's a 98 XCR 440 chassis. It's Liberty 500 swapped. I got LRM twin pipes. I mean, all the good shit for it, right? Setting it up for a 500 class endurance ice racing sled. The plan is to race it in ovals, more or less, for shakedown runs. I'm gonna get my ass handed to me. It's just 500. I'll be racing 6, 7, 800s, and it's not really set up for ovals. Besides the fact it has oval bars on it. Sits too high, and pretty much that's it. It sits too high to be a true competitive oval ice race sled in the class it'll be running in. But for endurance ice racing, when I say endurance, we have a couple like 50 to 100 mile races throughout the year, and the big one is called the 500K kilometers. Not sure why we call it that. We use miles here, but anyways, it's like 315 or 320 miles, something like that. And that's really the reason behind me building this sled, is for that race. Make some progress on it. So we got the front end lowered, not incredibly low. Like I said, I need some suspension travel, so I have 13-inch shocks up front. I got my oval bars on here, so that's so you can hang off the side. Billet mount up there, keep the steering post nice and sturdy, don't flop around. And this had a 136 on it. I went ahead, pulled the 136, the garbage suspension it had, took the tunnel extension off it and all that. The boss seat's just kind of there. It's not really going to be used on this sled. It's too tall. It's taller than the stock seat, and so don't think I'll be running the boss seat on it. But that's not really the sled we're working on today. It's about 3 in the morning, and we're going to be working on this one. Reason behind that is Amber wants to go riding. I don't have any sleds I can ride right now, really, except for like the 600, but even that has a smoked drive shaft bearing. So yeah, we were going to go out to Islander on sleds. I was going to take this, and we're going to take the 700 as well. Make a little video out of it, whatever. Now the issue is, no matter how much brake fluid I put in here, I just keep dumping. It keeps emptying itself. So pretty much, from what I can tell, the fluid was leaking from the caliper running down. It's not coming from the line, which tells me it's probably coming from the brake pressure switch. And essentially what that's for is the brake light. Another thing, this thing was running absolutely terrible when I fired it up to go take it. Pretty much I'd hammer the throttle wide open with it on a stand, and go ball. It just, there's nothing there. So it was pretty much just gonna die. Pull the airbox. We're gonna pull the carbs. We're gonna clean the carbs, put some fresh fuel in it, and try to fix the brake leak. That's the goal. And I also think the pipe has a hole in it, but I'm pretty much just ignoring that for the moment. I'm not ready to dig into that and weld it all up, so we're just gonna focus on the other shit first. Unfortunately, I'm doing all this with hand tools. With it being 3 a.m., I don't want to wake up Amber using any impacts or anything like that. So, progress is a little slow. Okay, if you've never had the caliper off one of these late 90s sleds, you have where the fluid goes in, your bleeder, and this is a pressure switch. This is for your taillights. Now check this out. See if you guys can see this. Just pouring fluid through the switch. I mean, literally as fast as you can put it in the reservoir and go to bleed it out, it just dumps it out of that switch. So there's the culprit. That's my issue. I need a pressure switch.
All right, guys, I think we got lucky. I went down to Napa, and it looks like this pressure switch they sell will work. So hopefully it all matches up. We're about to do a little test run here, make sure it threads in. Yep, feels like it'll go in by hand. Sweet. Hopefully that'll work. And I got a little shout out to do. Mr. Shane Jackson. He's on all the players' Facebook pages. Hooked me up with these stickers. But not just those cool player stickers. I guess they go that way. But he also hooked me up with some sick custom dash plates. Check these things out. Boom. Look how good that looks. Here, I gotta try to get this in the light so you can really see. Look at that. That sumbitch right there is freaking sick. It says AK Pro XCR across the top. Loving it. Absolutely loving it. This one, I know for sure it's going to go on my 98 XC700. Excuse, there's probably some fingerprints on it from my dirty ass fingers. And he also sent me this really, here, I got to wipe this off. It's really smudgy from me touching it. Sent me this really nice looking, it's still fingerprinted, but red AKA Pro XR dash plate. Now, this one is either going to go on this 440 or the race sled, undecided. But basically, you pull your gauges and this backing comes off and it'll be sticky, I believe. I don't know. I think this comes off. That or just the gauges hold it. I'm not entirely sure. But this will go on here just like this. It all lines up with the holes. But yeah, I love it. That's so fucking cool, man. But yeah, huge shout out to Shane Jackson for hooking it up. These things are absolutely beautiful. I seen him do all the posts and stuff, and I didn't realize how nice he looked until I actually got them in person. You can find him on Facebook, any of the players' pages pretty much, or you can email him at indie-plates@gmail.com. I'll go ahead and put that on the screen somewhere. But these things are awesome, just absolutely awesome. I love them. They're cooler than shit. I can't wait to put them on. But anyways, back to doing pressure switch. Hell yeah, threaded in, tightened up. We're gonna go ahead and throw some fluid in that there mash cylinder. See if she leaks. Hopefully she doesn't. Worst case scenario, at least I got a good fluid flush out of this, huh? I'm gonna have to bleed them. Bam! That thing is fixed. It's all back together. I didn't feel like digging around with the plugs, trying to get them to plug into it. So whatever, my tail light won't work when I hit the brakes. But you know what? It's holding fluid. So that's kind of a cool thing. I don't see it dumping fluid everywhere like it was before. So life's good. Life is good. I guess next, pull the carburetors, which I should have done, but I ain't done it yet. All right, so I pulled both the carbs, went through them. They got 350 mains, should be good to about 0 degrees Fahrenheit. So in other words, it's pretty much gonna run rich anytime I ride this thing, 'cause I don't like riding when it's cold anyways. One thing I noticed, this is a water trap off the bottom of the carb. See how distorted it is? I'm pretty sure this was leaking. Not really happy with that. I'm gonna go ahead and nip this a little bit shorter so it gets a nice circle for it to clamp on, and that should hold because this rubber really don't look bad. It's not hard, it feels nice. Another thing I found, this thing's an asshole trying to start it when it's cold. Well, look at that, those choke plungers. This one don't even fucking work. So, oh fuck me. Okay, I gotta go find that piece. So that's great. Oh, there it is right there. So now Now we gotta compress the spring. Hey, yeah. Oh. That just slips in there. Oh, fuck. That, and then spring should hold it theoretically, but it don't, because there's no tension on it. Okay. Well, once it's in the carb, it should be all right. Both of these were just freaking hand tight. Neither were actually tight. I'm just gonna have to deal with only having one choke actually working while trying to use it. But it is what it is. But she's jetted rich, so that shouldn't blow up. Going to fix the one water trap, so I don't have to worry about that no more. Actually, let's do that right now. Let's see here. Trim this a little flatter. Much more round. Oh, my coat that fell. Yeah, it should hold. Well, I guess if I have a fuel leak and it burns to the ground, I'll know why. So 440s are weird. They don't vent to the air box like the bigger sleds do. They just kind of vent throughout each other and down into the bulkhead area. Very strange to me. But I've never been a big 440 guy, so everything about these is I don't want to say new to me, but I'm not as familiar with as I am with, say, the big blocks. Well, there it is. Box is back in. Had to fight it quite a bit, but we got the carpets back in there. Carpets check, brakes check out good. Amber's here, not looking impressed. She's mad that I'm playing with sleds instead of hanging out with her. But yeah, this thing should be ready to go. Besides the fact I have fuel that I don't trust in it. So tomorrow I'll go pick up some fresh fuel, take this thing out for a little spin, and with a little bit of luck, I'll actually have brakes. Stay tuned.